Hey everyone, welcome back. We're diving into employee loyalty this time. Specifically, how the cost of benefits, especially medical insurance, can play a huge role. It's something a lot of us are thinking about these days.
For sure, and it's more important than ever to get it right.
Absolutely. So let's get right into it. This deep dive is going to be eye-opening, especially if you're, looking for those win-win solutions for both your company and your employees.
Definitely. And one thing that really struck me going through the research was how we tend to think about medical insurance differently than, say, car or home insurance.
Oh, interesting. How so?
Well, with car insurance, we all know to shop around every year, look for the best rates, right? But medical insurance, we kind of just set it and forget it.
It's true. I'm guilty of that myself. Out of sight, out of mind, as they say. But as this article pointed out, it's not really something we can afford to ignore.
Exactly.
They made a great comparison. It's like car insurance in that the rates are always fluctuating. And get this, family premiums have gone up a whopping 47% over the last decade. That's insane.
It is a staggering increase. And you have to think about the impact on your employees. We're talking about a significant financial burden.
Right, this isn't just an accounting problem. It's affecting people's lives, their peace of mind.
Exactly. Think about it. If your cell phone bill suddenly went up by that much, you'd be shopping around for a better deal, right?
Absolutely. So how do we take this knowledge, this awareness of rising costs, and turn it into something positive, something that actually benefits our employees and boosts loyalty?
Well, the timing of this is perfect because we're right in the middle of open enrollment season.
That's right. Now, for anyone who's new to this whole thing, open enrollment is basically the time of year when employees can make changes to their benefit plans, and that includes their medical insurance.
It's the perfect opportunity to really dig in, compare plans, and see if there's something better out there. And when I say better, I mean better for both the company and the employee.
Okay, so it's not just about sticking with what we know. It's about being proactive, exploring all the options. Now, I have to admit, while I was reading through the materials for this deep dive, I came across something I'd never even heard of before, an ICHRA.
Ah, yes. ICHRAs, they're definitely gaining popularity.
Yeah, so for those of us who aren't insurance experts, what exactly is an ICHRA?
So ICHRA stands for Individual Coverage Health Reimbursement Arrangement. It's basically a different way to structure your health benefits, giving employees more flexibility and choice.
Okay, I like the sound of that. More flexibility is always good. But break it down for us. How does it actually work?
Essentially, instead of the company choosing a one-size-fits-all health plan with an ICHRA, they give each employee a set amount of money to use towards their healthcare costs. The employee then takes that money and shops for a plan on the individual market that fits their specific needs and budget.
So it's more personalized to the employee. They get to choose what works best for them and their families.
Exactly. It puts the power in their hands. And let's be honest, in today's job market, that kind of choice and flexibility can be a huge draw for top talent.
So ICHR is definitely something to look into. But, even with all this information, it can still feel kind of overwhelming, right? Figuring out the best benefits for your company, dealing with open enrollment, all that jazz. It's a lot.
Oh, absolutely. It's a whole thing. And that's actually something else I wanted to touch on from the article. They mentioned this company, Holistic Employee Benefits, that helps businesses navigate all of this.
Right. Holistic Employee Benefits. I was curious about them, too.
They seem to really get it. A lot of companies just take a one-size-fits-all approach to benefits. But Holistic Employee Benefits, they're all about customization.
Okay, so what makes them so different? What are they doing that's unique?
Well, one thing that really stood out to me was they create these personalized web pages for each company. It's like, why didn't I think of that? So simple, but so effective.
Instead of, handing employees a giant stack of paperwork during open enrollment?
Exactly. They have an example on their website, holistisfb.com, AIBIB. It shows how they create this central hub where employees can access everything they need. It's all digital, easy to navigate.
Oh, I'm pulling it up now. Yeah, this is really cool. Very user-friendly.
Right. Imagine it. Open enrollment rolls around, and instead of dreading this complicated process, your employees have this personalized website to guide them through it. It's got their company branding, their specific benefits package, maybe even a welcome message from the CEO. It feels more personal, more engaging.
Way less intimidating than trying to decipher a bunch of insurance jargon, that's for sure.
And it goes beyond just selecting a plan. Holistic Employee Benefits can streamline the whole enrollment process. updating beneficiary information, finding answers to frequently asked questions. It's all right there at their fingertips.
So it's like they've taken something that's typically seen as a chore, even a source of stress for some people, and turned it into something that's actually, dare I say, enjoyable.
That's the goal, right? To make it as painless as possible. And I think what's really clever is that by doing that, by creating a more positive experience around benefits, it reinforces this idea that the company cares.
Yeah, it's like you're saying, we value you, we respect your time, and we want to make this easy for you.
Exactly. And that goes a long way with employees, especially these days.
Totally. It's those little things, those small gestures that can really make a difference in how employees perceive their company.
And don't forget the employer's perspective.
Yeah.
Think about how much time and resources this saves. No more HR team getting bombarded with the same questions over and over again.
Right. It frees them up to focus on other things.
Exactly. Holistic Employee Benefits handles all the back-end administration, all the heavy lifting. So it's a win-win for everyone involved.
This is making me realize that even if you have the absolute best medical insurance plan in the world, if the process of understanding and using it is a nightmare for employees, it's almost not worth it.
100%.
Yeah.
It's about the big picture, the whole employee experience. You can't just throw money at a problem and expect it to go away. It's about being thoughtful, proactive, and showing your employees that you care about their well-being, not just with the benefits themselves, but with how you manage and present those benefits.
It's about walking the walk, not just talking the talk.
Exactly. And that can have a ripple effect on everything from employee morale to talent retention.
It's kind of amazing when you think about it, how something like benefits administration, which seems, purely practical, can actually have such a big impact on company culture, how employees feel about where they work.
It's true. It all ties back to that sense of being valued, of the company actually caring about its people.
And that brings us right back to our main topic, employee loyalty. It's not just about perks like, ping pong tables and free snacks.
Right, it's deeper than that.
Exactly. It's about those fundamental things, like showing your employees that you're invested in their well-being, and that includes how you approach their benefits.
Absolutely. When you make an effort to create a positive, supportive experience around benefits, it sends a powerful message to your employees.
It's like you're saying, we're not just here to get the most work out of you, we actually care about you as a person.
Yeah. And we respect your time. We want to make this easy for you.
And let's be real, in today's job market, that message can make all the difference.
Oh, absolutely. It can be what makes someone choose one job offer over another, or whether they decide to stay with a company long term.
For sure. This whole conversation has been really eye-opening for me. We started out talking about the nitty-gritty of medical insurance costs, and we've ended up realizing it's about something much bigger.
It's about the human element, right? Remembering that behind every employee ID number, there's a real person.
Exactly. A person with a family, with hopes and dreams, with worries and stresses. And when we create a benefits experience that reflects that, when we show that we understand that, it makes a huge difference. It creates a workplace where people feel valued, respected.
And that's a win for everyone. For the employees, for the company, for everyone.
Absolutely. So as we wrap up this deep dive, what's one key takeaway you'd want our listeners to walk away with today?
Well, since we're still in the thick of open enrollment season, I'd say, don't let this opportunity pass you by. Take a good look at your current benefits package. See if there are any areas for improvement. Maybe even consider those ICHRAs we were talking about earlier. And hey, if you're feeling overwhelmed by the whole thing, don't hesitate to reach out to a company like Holistic Employee Benefits.
They can help you streamline the process, make it more user-friendly for everyone.
Exactly. It's about making open enrollment less of a headache and more of a positive touch point, a way to actually strengthen that bond between employer and employee.
I love that. Well, this has been fantastic. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive. It's been incredibly insightful. And to our listeners, thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you next time for another deep dive into the world of work and well-being.